Hello everyone, this is today's video analysis for February 28, 2019. Today we're taking a look at the EURUSD, the euro versus the US dollar for today's trade analysis. Now I know earlier this week I've already talked about the euro once, but I felt like it was important to take a look at it again today as we see something new happening here again for today on the euro dollar. First off, I want to go back in time, study this blue shaded area, 113.70.95. Follow it back in time, and I've put some circles at areas I think are interesting to look at. You go all the way back to the far left, the black circle, the first one on the left. You can see the market got above the blue zone, found support there for a few days, and went all the way to the pink zone. That's important for us for the day today. Even the blue circle, the next blue circle there, was underneath, got above the blue zone, used it as support for a few days, went all the way to the pink zone, and then finally got back underneath it. This black circle here, the lower black circle, shows resistance into that blue zone and false breakouts. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4 candlesticks getting above the blue zone and turning around and going back down. That's important for us today as well. Blue circle here, both showing the market getting above the blue zone and going to the pink zone. So what we have now observed pretty well, I think, in history is that under the blue zone we have seen resistance. And if it gets back underneath it, we look for the market to go back down to the green zone or lower. Above the blue zone, the expectancy is that it goes to the pink zone. And that's pretty well defined by looking at all of the historical areas that I pointed out with the circles there. So we know what we can expect out of this. I don't think it's too difficult to figure out that above the blue zone, it goes to the pink zone. Below the blue zone, it goes to the green zone, just by looking at history. Something else interesting today, of course, is 100-period moving average coming into play here. Now, we've seen the market challenge and test above that moving average before and then reverse. So we need to take that with a grain of salt. We know it's above it, but we need to be wary until we see the market actually break that moving average and the blue zone. We also see the black trend line coming down from the top. We see it touching here, and now the third time coming up into that black trend line. So we have kind of that trifecta right here. We have historical support resistance at the blue zone. We have the green 100-period moving average. We have the black trend line, all culminating right around the 1.1400 level. 1.14, that even double zero price level just near the top, just above the top of that blue zone. I have the blue zone at 113.95, but 5 pips higher is, of course, 114, and that's what we're attempting to break right now. The market is at 114.11 at current market price, so staying above the blue zone, green moving average, black trend line, we have this higher expectancy that the market could go up and back underneath it. Back down. Zoom it in a little bit here and just get a little bit different perspective here by zooming it in. Again, you can see the market is clearly challenging above it, and so we want to be clear. We want to be sure that this doesn't become some sort of false breakout scenario. You know, false breakouts can fool the best trader into take a long or short at the wrong time. So we want to be sure it's a real breakout, not a false breakout. Typically, what I'm going to look for is I want to see a full candle body get above this area. This is going to give me higher confidence that it's a real breakout and not a false breakout. That's what I want, a real breakout, not a false breakout. So an open and close would do that. It's obviously not happening here on the daily time frame, not today. We'd have to wait for the end of day tomorrow to even see if this was going to be a real deal breakout. So we're waiting for that to give us higher confidence. Now, it doesn't mean we have to do that. It just means that would give us higher confidence that it's a real breakout, not a false breakout. Because literally, if this were to turn into the current candle, turn into a large candle, a red candle or bearish candle with a long wick at the top, we'd be having a conversation about this going back down. So we need to be watchful. Let's take it down to the 4-hour time frame. Look at all that here on the 4-hour time frame, and here we are challenging above. So again, we don't even here on the 4-hour have that breakout above the blue zone, above the black trend line. So we're watchful and waiting. We do have some news out of the US today that may, of course, trigger one of these movements above the blue zone to go higher, below the blue zone to go lower. So we'll watch for that. One of these two things is what we're watching for. The price action, candlesticks. Above the blue zone, we target the pink zone or higher. If it suddenly reverses and gets back underneath on a positive move for the US dollar, we'll look for the market to head back lower for the euro dollar today.
From Forex Traders Daily, this has been your daily analysis with Ross Mullins. If you would like to get Ross's analysis on all the currency pairs he's watching and all the trades he takes today, join him in his live trade room by clicking on the link below. Please leave any comments you have about today's video in the comments section below.